When you and I started our conversation on HR technology in 2011, it was a very exciting time back then. The cloud was coming through. Obviously Workday was the belle of the ball, so kind of annoying all the bigger vendors that were in the marketplace. They were just coming to Europe for the first time. We talked about the old HR, the HR then, the kind of the previous 10 years being HR software being designed for HR and not for the employees. Of course, all of that's been turned on its head. But I think the conversation, or our time today, I'd like to talk to you about the behaviors needed in the business against all the technology that's surrounding us.
Yeah, to me, the technology has become the easy bit, because technology, you install it, there's a recipe for how you do it, there's well thought through methodologies that you follow, you have partners who help you get there. But what you don't have partners for typically is changing the behavior and the culture in your organization.
Yes.
So just because you can use technology doesn't mean that people will. And how do you create an environment where people want to use that technology, where they see the value? We had a new CEO join Fiskars a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
And I spent an hour with her, giving her a short introduction to Workday. And I said, this is probably one of your best induction tools you'll have, because you'll be able to see the whole organization, complete transparency, we'll be able to navigate up and down as you need to, and we'll know who you're talking to about what topic from the technology. She immediately installed it on her iPad and her phone, and she's been logging in regularly ever since. So it's getting the behavior, seeing the behavior change, having role models who use the technology. Before there were the end user centric technologies, people would come to HR and ask for data. They would ask them for a report, and HR would then scramble around trying to find a head count or a list of the top talents or whatever it was, and come back days or weeks later with half an answer. What I love to see, and I've observed it in Fiskars, is the top leaders using the system, using the technology, asking one question, and then immediately pivoting to another question. How many of our top talent are doing this? Where are they? What are they paid? Yeah. And immediately focusing on another question. And the interaction of the system is just enabling them to answer 1,000 questions at the click of a button.